Well, welcome to your practice. Yeah, go ahead. You can. All right. Well, let's start in your comfortable seat. So sit up on something. I'm just going to change the cross of my legs because I'm sitting for a few moments already. Good. Take your fingertips and just touch the earth. And as you just rest your hands on the earth, lengthen yourself tall as you inhale. And as you exhale, close your eyes, drop your chin, keep that lift, release your jaw. And just take a few breaths, just connecting to the support of the earth, the floor beneath you, the flow of your breath. And take an inhale. On the exhalation, bring your hands together in front of your heart. And just taking this opportunity to be in the devotion, the commitment, the place you are for your practice. And we'll call each other home and chant Om 3 times. So let's start with a nice big inhale and release this completely. And inhale fully. Bowing your chin, release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. Okay, let's start sitting. So just stretch your little legs out, move your little wrists. And then I'm just going to grab a blanket to sit on. And we'll come back to cross-legged. Yes, do all that good stuff. Okay, good. And then once you come to cross-legged, we'll just take the hands down just as we started. I'll just have you cut your feet in a little bit. So you flex your feet as you're sitting here. And then maybe move your feet out a little bit. See how that changes your seat for you. And if it's okay and interesting, a little change, great. If it's no good, bring them back. Okay, nice. And then we'll just keep the left hand on the ground. Inhale and sweep your right arm up and over. Good. And on your exhale, release. And we're just gonna flow. So you just go with your breath. Just opening your side body, connecting to the flow of your breath. If you want to close your eyes, go ahead and do that. Good. Just feel. Good. Just do a few more. Nice. Okay, so let's do one more on each side. And then you'll just come back over with the right arm lifted, and we'll just hang out there. So once you come in, right arm over, hang out here. Good, and we're just gonna breathe it. So as you inhale, you stretch it. Katie girl, hey. Keep going. Okay, hey. All right, do one more. Good. And then release, and let's just sit for a moment. Just let your hands rest. Gaze at the floor, close your eyes. Start to feel into the awakening. Good. Okay. Ignoring the barking dog. Inhale. Take your fingertips to the floor. Change the cross of your legs. Good. And then we'll we'll just go to the second side. So we'll take the left arm up, and then we'll just breathe it. You just move it with your breath a few times. Nice. Nice, and then just releasing, taking your fingertips to the floor again. Good. Okay, stretch the legs out. Move your little feet around. We're gonna come to bent knees. I'm just turning to the side. So I'll come off my blanket too. It's up to you. So take your hands down, your feet down. And so we just take the wrists however works best. Yes, and then we'll just do a few, seated cat-cows here. Just rolling and arching. And just feel your shoulders. Actually, as you're doing this movement, you know so well, you could close your eyes if that helps to really bring you into the action of the shoulders. And just notice, is one shoulder a little bit more open than the other, moving a little differently? Just to notice. Good. Okay, last one. We'll just come to maybe a little arch in the back, feet on the floor, and we'll move into this windshield wiper here, just seated. So just moving the knees side to side. Let your hip lift. If it comes in, you can even, press the back up. You just kind of find your place here. So that's it. Okay. And last time on each side. And then we'll just come to be here with the feet on the floor. Good. Okay, let's actually turn, I'm going to take the left hand, just turn it out because we're going to balance on that. And we'll take the right arm up. We'll just reach up and then just take it over as if you're reaching towards the left side. Now the knees are going to want to drop to the left. I'm just going to press them over to the right a little bit, even if they're just upright. And the left hand is pushing down and away. Good. And then inhale, sweep the right arm up. Take it all the way over as you breathe out. Place it down. And then inhale the left arm up. And just sweep it over, reach. Move the knees a little bit to the right if you can. Good. Breathe. Good. And then inhale, lift the arm up. Take it all the way back. I'm going to place the hands again because I'm going to lift the hips. So you find your place, know that's going to happen. Then open your shoulders, open your chest, take your belly in, and inhale, lift your hips up wherever they're going to go, even if it's just a little bit. And I'm going to add the flossing. So I'm just moving front to back, and I'm also rolling on my feet. If you do this with your tush on the floor, it's still happening. Hey, guys. Oh, Sadie. Oh. And then put your tush down. Let's just hug or you can roll your wrist. Hug your knees. Sadie, can you please stop? Stop. Good. Hugging in. Okay. We're going to release from this. Put your left hand on the floor. I might have to throw her out. Oh, yay. My hero. Thank you. And just throw. Oh, good. Take her with you. Okay. Take the right hand, grab hold of your right heel. Everyone's out walking their dogs. That's what's going to happen now. So, all right. So just lift it up wherever it goes. I'm going to drop this left knee down. I'm going to walk my hand out and just open the hip. And even if your knee is bent, here we go. We're just dancing this. So you just find your place. Let the left arm move. Breathe. Even if the leg is down here, it's really about the motion. Good. Okay. That's it. And then we're going to come to wherever this is for you. So you're facing, both sit bones are down, leg can be bent. I'm going to release the leg and try and keep it where it is as I take both hands. Oh, that's work. So you just do your best. I'm going to take one more breath. And then we'll set the leg down into a tree pose. Yes. Okay. And then keep the right hand down, reach the left arm up. And exhale, extend yourself over this right leg. You're gonna take both hands wherever they're gonna go. Drop your head. Maybe the left hand grabs the outside of this right leg. Good. And then knowing, still at the beginning of our practice, so be soft. And just take 3 more breaths here. So just settling in. Good. All right. And then after your 3rd breath, or whenever you're ready, use your hands, walk yourself up. We'll take the hands behind again. And then just lift this. It's your left leg up, and we'll take twist. So I'll have the left hand behind, we'll reach the right arm up. And then there's a little lean back here. Flex your right foot and start to just turn once you lean back. Then you can take this arm, maybe it goes outside or you wrap it around. And then you'll start to come back upright as you twist, as best as you can. Sometimes you might be like, oh, but I'm leaning back, feels so good. Then do that. Open. So I'm anchored, the elbow in the knee. Good. Feel if your hips need to move. Like if you feel the left hip wants to pull back a little bit, gift it permission. 1 more breath. Good. We're going to release. I'm going to take the hands down. So I'm going to keep the left leg bent. Just kind of adjust yourself. Do what you need to do to take the right ankle across the left knee. So if you need to come back more or step, make it your place. And then we're going to come to windshield wiper, seated, just like this a few times. And I do have my hands, the fingers are pointing towards the hips. So it is a wrist. And if your arms can straighten, then find that. But if they're bent, it's happening. Good. All right, I'm going to do last one on each side. And then I'm just going to come to sit. So just as you are, you find your place. Maybe you can go deeper. If I go deeper, I do turn the hands out and I press up. So wherever this is, this is very compact. If it's like this, it's all happening. Good. Okay, let's take 2 more breaths. Good. Okay. I'm going to stretch the left leg out. Yes. Okay, we've been doing this in class quite a, done it maybe a few times the last little bit. So I just cross the knee over the ankle. And if that doesn't happen for you, just prop it up. I just threw a blanket. Maybe you need a blanket, or it's no good and you just stay in the tree pose. We're going to forward fold over this left leg. So I'll start by just setting the leg and take a breath. Okay, this can be intense. So you just walk to wherever, when I say walk, the hands are walking forward. Wherever you feel that stretch happen. Again, we're still at the opening of practice. So just be with that stretch. And then you see, can I start to drop my head? And that's going to change things a little bit, maybe. Good. And then you can close your eyes if you like. Good. All right. And then staying here, just scan and notice any place you might be gripping, maybe in the hip or the tush, the back of the thigh, the jaw. Good. Okay, so I'm going to do nice big breath in. Breathe out maybe through your mouth. What can I melt here? Good. Okay, last breath. And then we'll slowly walk yourself out. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to dance the legs. I'm not going to use my hands. So I'm going to take this right leg up, and it's going to come all the way back. And we're coming to this. This is where we're going. So you just take it back, set it down, bend your left leg, Twist towards the left. Let the right hip lift. And then maybe slowly bring your hands to the floor like you don't care if they ever touch. And then just walk yourself, a little bit behind. Find the twist. Okay, I'm going to flex the feet. Now I'm going to just do, let's say cat-cow. It's a forward back motion. So it's a little twist. We're really kind of flossing into the left side. So I'm just pressing back. I'm arching and taking it back like I'm doing a twisted cat-cow. Yeah, don't worry too much about it. If whatever you're doing and moving in this shape is opening something. Good. All right, and then from here we'll drop down into the twist that we love, we all love, and come onto the forearms, bring the palms together, and then you anchor the forearms into the floor and you push them towards the right. Maybe the head turns to the left. And then I want to elongate the right side, so I'm going to pull the right shoulder forward and press the right hip back. And at the same time, the forearms are engaged. You can even think of your heart as lifting up a little bit. Good. Okay, one last breath. And then we'll just walk ourselves out. I'm going to take the hands up off the floor and just see if I can come out without using the hands. And then once you're here, I'm just going to lift the right leg. I'm bringing it into Baddha Konasana. I'm just turning to face you. Take your hands down. Okay, so you're in Baddha Konasana. You prop up if you need it. Take your hands, give your feet just a 5-second little footy. Yes. And then I'm going to just I'll massage take advantage of where we are. Massage your inner legs, the inner knees. Sometimes this gets so tender. So inner knees. And then we're just going to take the hands behind. We're going to sit. So if you need a blanket to sit on, throw it in. I'm going to press the soles of the feet together. It's going to lift the knees up a little bit. And then open the toes. And then just find your length as if you're sitting in cross-legged. So you walk your hands wherever you need that to be. Yes. Okay. Let me say this. I'm really pulling up at the low back. So even if you take your hand, you're like, okay, low back. Kind of want it to come in and up. It could even just be a conscious, like, oh, I'm lifting, even if nothing's happening, you think, oh, I'm lifting my low back. Yes. Take one more breath. Okay, I'm going to soften this. So I'll let the hands kind of relax. Let yourself go back like your body wants to do. And then use your hands. And we're just going to come back. This is kind of how we started this whole thing. So just come into this little, it's child's pose, a seated child's pose. Good. So you can let your back even press back a little bit. Good. One more breath. Okay. And then lift yourself tall. We'll take the hands to the floor. Okay, I think I'll just come in this way. I'm going to stretch the, Janu Shirshasana. So left leg out, right leg bent. Yes, so we start here. And then we'll just take a breath here. We're going to start with the forward fold. So the left hand stays on the floor. You reach the right arm up and you lift yourself and then offer yourself to this pose. So wherever your hand comes down, again, we're throwing this in at the beginning of practice. So feel the opening. You can even flex your foot a little bit. It's going to give you a little more. And just be very soft in your face. No attachment to how deep you go. It's a beautiful phrase in yoga is we want to learn to live without too much attachment nor too much aversion. Easier said than done. But we practice. So feel your breath, just massaging whatever is available and open here. Melt yourself in as best as you can. Good. Just one more breath. Nice big breath in. Maybe sigh it out. And then we'll slowly walk ourselves up. And we'll just sit for a moment in this shape. Just, just kind of move yourself into your seat. You can even start to maybe feel a softness coming over you. Beauty of forward folds. Okay, we're going to lift this right leg up and just place it on the floor. We're going to move into twist. So, see, I'm just going to turn this way. Okay, so we lean back on the right hand, and we lift the left arm up, and there's a lift. And also this lean back and a twist. And then you take that hand wherever you need it to go. You can move your right leg, be curious. And then I start to lift up again, but you decide what's okay for you. Open into the twist. Let the hips move as they ask you. So you create the space you need. I'm walking this foot out just to say, you can create the space you need. And one more breath. Nice. Okay, and then we're going to come out. Good. Okay, I'm going to cross. Did I do something in between? No, I don't think so. I think I got it. We're going to cross the leg over. Take a moment, throw the props in. Make it what you need. If it's too much, back out. It's all fine. Okay, I take this sitting upright first, and that's, the anchoring, as if I'm just sitting cross-legged. Flex your feet. Good. And then from here, you'll just softly walk yourself forward. And we're coming in this way so that you can stop as soon as you start to feel. And just invite in the heaviness through maybe the back of the heart or the dropping of the head. The ease of your breath. And that inquisitive place of, what's happening here? So feel free to move, to make it your own. Which is so important because, you bring to the practice a lifetime of experience, a lifetime of habits. And so it's so deeply true that we all need something a little different. Good. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I got it. Okay. So melt yourself in. We're here for about another 5 breaths. Release your jaw. Release any place that's saying, hey, I'm a little tight here. And you say, okay, buddy, I'm with you. Good. Okay. And then slowly walk yourself upright. Good. Okay. Oh, now I know. All right. We're going to uncross. We have to take the left heel in. So I don't think we did this with the left leg. We're going to grab the left heel. Right on, Joe. Okay, now I got it. We drop this down, lift it up. There we go. And then we just kind of rocked it. Remember, we just let the hip go. So, whatever this leg needs to do for you, it needs to bend, needs to lower, needs to lift. Just let that all happen. Good. Okay, just rocking the hip. So you're pretty much on your right hip and just moving. Good. All right. Good. And then we'll come back. Yes. I'm just going to drop the leg down for a moment. So back in Baddha Konasana. I'm going to take the hands up. I'm going to take this time it's the left knee is coming in. We're just going to find our way to this. Now we're back on track. And then you turn as much as you can. I'm going to lower the hands down so slow. Like, I don't even care if they ever touch. But once they do, then walk them around behind you. Find your twist. And we're going to stay on the hands for a moment. You're just going to press the hands down and away. Take the belly back. The right hip is lifting, and I turn the head. And just breathe here. So you're constricting a little bit of the breath just by pressing your belly back, the heart back. Okay, and then we'll lower down onto the forearms. Then you can bring the hands together. And we just find this twist again. I anchor the forearms down. I turn my head to the right. And now I want to open the left side. So the left shoulder, just draw it up. Press the left hip away. And breathe. Good. Okay. And then gently releasing, come up onto your hands. And I'm not sure what, I just no surprises. I'm going to go to downward facing dog. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to bring the knees together. It could be child's pose too. And we can all come in the same way. So my hands are at the front of my mat and I just have the knees over, whatever side they're over. I'm going to tuck the little toes under and then just use your strength to lift up and just bring it in. And then find your DFD, your downward facing dog. Okay. And think about really pressing back as much as you can, like the thighs are pressing back, the tush is pressing back. And then lowering your heels to the floor, even if they don't touch, just to open up your calves a little bit. Press the hands down and away. Take it, we don't want to put too much weight into our little shoulders. Press back. Good. All right. And then inhale, lift your heels high, and we're going to bend the knees almost to the floor. Don't touch the floor. As far down as you can get. Push your hands, take a breath, and then straighten your legs. Okay, let's just do that one more time. So you lift the heels, you bend the knees almost to the floor, but you keep pressing back, So don't let your, shoulders change. Keep pressing back, and then straighten your legs. Lower your heels to the floor. Good. Okay, let's set the right knee down, just straight down underneath you as if you're coming to hands and knees. Okay, we're just going to push the left heel back. I'm just going to move this prop I have here. Just press the left heel back. Good. Okay, and now I'm going to change sides, maybe through plank, or you just can change sides. So maybe you step back, plank, and then we'll put the right knee down and push the, unless I said it the opposite way, and push the other heel down. Good. Okay, I'm going to change knees again. So I'm going to take plank. I'm bringing the left knee down. Once it comes down, now I'm just going to turn the right foot so that the heel is towards the left. Flatten your foot. Turn the left hand out. And then lift your right arm up and adjust your legs. If you need to pop that, left heel back a little bit, we're in more balance here. Good. Breathe. Turn your right palm and take it up and over your ear. And you stretch from that right foot, pushing down. Good. Okay. Come all the way back. Hands on the floor. Right heel pushing back. And then I'm going to switch sides. So maybe through plank. And then we'll put that right knee down. Once you have it down, turn your right hand out a little bit. Drop that left heel. And then we'll sweep the left arm up. And again, adjust yourself if you need to. Lift up where you can. And then we'll turn that palm and take it up and over your ear. You just stretch. Good. Okay, and then we'll release. Okay, come back. And so you're just in this one knee down. Okay, I'm going to switch sides again. So plank. And then the left knee comes down. Good. Turn the right foot, Turn the right foot and the left hand. And we come back to this half plank. So you reach that right arm up. Okay, so from here, you can stay here. I'm going to take the right leg in, the right foot in a little bit. So I'll just move forward, put it in, and then see if I can maybe lift this knee up off the floor. But it's all fine. Whatever you're doing is good. And then release. Now, if you lifted that knee as you release, maybe you come into this plank, and I'm just going to keep that knee up. And then I'll step back. That's fine, guys. And then put your right knee down. Turn your left foot. Turn your right hand. Find your side plank. And you can just stay here. This is, very good work. But I'm going to shorten that left leg in. So just, whoop. And I see, oh, can I lift this knee up? Maybe yes, maybe no. See. Good. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to put the hands down. I'm going to keep that knee lifted as best as I can. And then step back, plank. Put both knees down. And let's rest in child's pose. However you like child's pose. Hands underneath your head, knees wide, knees together, whatever you like. Just drop in and breathe. Let's take 2 more breaths. Okay. Okay. I'll come up to hands and knees. And we're going to place the forearms on the floor. So I'll turn the inner elbows to face front. Lower your forearms. So you're here. I'm going to walk the forearms in towards each other a little bit so that I feel maybe my elbows are a little bit more narrow than my shoulders, if that works for you. Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers, and then that little pinky, you're just going to put the pinkies one on top of the other and place them down. Maybe the thumbs lift. And then just stay here, find, so here I feel myself drooping into cow pose. I'm going to find neutral. So not quite cat, not quite cow feel. You walk your knees back or your arms forward. Find this place here. And then we're just going to floss the shoulders. So I'm just pressing, the heart down between the arms and then pressing the elbows down. Just do a little flossing up and down. Good. And then bring it to center. Okay, I'm going to come to downward dog here, forearm dog, and you could stay on your knees the whole time if that's better for you. Otherwise, lift both knees up and you press back, and now we're going to just floss forward and back. So it is a plank downward dog. You can have your knees bent a lot and just bring yourself forward and back a few times in your strength, in your space, in your breath. And then when you're done, we'll just rest in child's pose, but this time we'll take the arms back. So I'm still going. I'm going to do maybe 3 more with my breath in my joy. And then when I'm coming down to rest now, if you're still going, go, go, go. If you're done, then just rest with the arms. If the arms back works for you, so let the shoulders get a little relief. Good. Okay, I'll take 1 more. Well, if you're just coming into child's pose, I don't want to rush you. So when you're ready, we're going to come up to just sit in Vajrasana, just sitting on your heels as you are, as best as you can. If you like putting something between your hips and your heels, that might feel really awesome. You also get a little bit of extra pressure into the tops of the feet. You can give that, throw it in. We're just going to sit for a moment. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to stay in Vajrasana. We're going to do a little bit of arm over the head. I'll just adjust the camera. So if you're not happy in Vajrasana, just change and come to sit however you like. And I'm just going to turn to face away from you, just so we can be here together. Okay, we're going to start by taking the right arm up and then just drop it down wherever it's going to go. Take your left hand and find your elbow. And then just lovingly, we're just going to floss a little bit here. Okay, so now you have the action. I'm going to turn again to the side, because what tends to happen here is maybe we're going to drop the head to make some space and just see if you can, as best as you can, can you keep the head lifted? Maybe you even can take your heart back a little bit and just floss. Good. Okay. Nice. And then just reach both arms up and we'll just take them down again. Just touch the earth or rest them in your lap. Close your eyes or look at the floor. Just breathe here. One more. Nice breath as if you're not doing anything. Good. And then we'll sweep the left arm up and put it wherever it needs to go. Take the right hand, find your elbow, and do this little dance again. Notice your head, if you can lift it, even lean back a little bit, then you just kind of bring in that stabilizing in the torso. So just rocking your shoulders side to side. Okay, and then we'll release. Again, I'm just resting here, fingers on the floor on your lap. Okay, so from here, we're going to come to rabbit pose. Maybe we need a downward dog just to stretch the legs out. You can go ahead and take a little dog and then, yeah, or just sit and I'll just show you guys what we're going to do next. Yeah, take your time. Good. Okay, so take your breath in your dog and then we'll come back down to kneeling. I'm going to take the hands behind the back and actually, no, let's start like this. We'll just start this first one. We'll take the hands down, you place your forehead on the floor, and then you lift your tush so you roll onto the top of your head. Okay, and then you can just roll back and just press yourself up. So that, even just that pressure into the head, good. That's good. You can just do that again, and maybe we'll slow it down. Or I'm going to take the hands behind the back. I interlace them. You could use your strap too. I'm going to roll the shoulders back. Move the shoulder blades towards each other. And then as I exhale, I'll take the forehead down. I'll lift the tush, roll onto the crown of the head. Then I'll lift the arms up and get those shoulders together as best as you can. You take this, and then I'll just press the hips forward. Maybe I'll roll a little bit more onto the top of the head. That is just nice neck stretching. And then to release, you could put the hands on the floor or just roll yourself out and you'll come up. And once you come up, just rest your hands anywhere. Take a breath. Little dizziness might be it is upside down. We're putting that pressure on the head a little bit. It's not used to that, but it loves it. Okay, so second side is just interlace of the fingers. You do whatever you want to do here, meaning you could just keep the hands on the floor. Okay, we start by moving the shoulders back and drop the gaze down the bridge of the nose, and on the exhalation, start to fold forward. Forehead touches the floor, the hips lift, and the hips keep lifting. You roll onto the crown of your head. Take your arms up and over. Breathe here. Maybe you press the hips forward a little more. You roll more onto your head. Good. Okay, one more breath. And then release yourself out of this. And just for change, I'm going to just sit on the toes because that's such a good pose. And then just drop into this sit, into the breath. Okay. So I'm going to come back, last downward facing dog. And I'm going to lift. We're going to do a three-legged dog. So, you could do it from hands and knees too. That's what we're going to do. But we'll do it downward dog if that works. So really spread your fingers, anchor your finger pads, and that just strengthens your whole arm. Move the shoulders away from your ears, take your belly in, inhale, and as you exhale, lift your knees up off the floor, maybe just a little bit, just hover them like we did. Take your tush back, so you move back, and then you straighten your legs. And then lower your heels, adjust your stance. Take a moment here to just feel your strength. You press the thighs back and you anchor from the shoulders into the heels of the hands. Bring your big toes to touch and let's lift the right leg high to the sky. And just press it back. You're going to look at the left thigh. Bend your heel towards your hip. Find your dog peeing pose. Okay, I'm going to take it to wild thing. Oh my gosh. If this works, you turn your left foot, put it flat. Take that right foot, you keep watching, make sure you're not going to step on anything. Right foot goes over to the side, and then I lift my arm up here. Maybe I even can turn both feet So they're pointing away. Nice. And then release. Oh, so good. So the hands come down, you find it. Maybe the leg lifts again or not. And then we'll put it down. Well, let's take a moment just to be. So sit in child's pose or just sit and just feel like the effects of that. You know, it's a whole opening on one side. It's a strengthening in your arms. There's coordination. So just acknowledge all of that. Good. And then we'll move in like we don't even care what's going to happen. So, you know, you can bring in, we'll come to the hands and the knees. Spread your fingers, find your place here. Plant the finger pads. Tuck your toes and just lift your knees a little bit off the floor. That's challenging. And then you sweep your tush back, hips back, thighs back, legs straighten as best as they're going to, heels to the floor. I do adjust, you know, you don't have to stay as you come in. Good. And then bring your big toes to touch, and we'll find that on the second side. So you sweep the left leg up. Look at your right thigh, it's going to press it back. Then bend your left knee, open your hip, sweep that foot over to the right side. Then pivot that right foot flat. Left foot, kind of watch it, take it to the floor, lift your left arm, and then you could turn both feet, you know, we're in like reverse table. Good. And then release, maybe that left leg lifts. Good. Feet to the floor, knees to the floor. Child's pose or sitting, whatever yogi likes, to just integrate and to feel, to breathe, find your place. Yes, so amazing. Good. Okay, well, we're gonna come onto our backs. How nice is that? So you can do that anyway, but I'm gonna take you in creatively. So bring yourself to sit in Vajrasana. And I'll just turn to face you. I'm going to bring the hands together, but you could put yours on the floor. And we're just going to do this like, remember this? Good friend, hip side to side. So actually I'm lifting up and just taking them side to side. You know, maybe it's this for you. You just see. This is such a, you know, one of those simple but super good movements. Okay, and now I know one side I know is easier than the other. So I think, okay, I know coming to my left side is more challenging, so I'm gonna go there. You sweep your legs out. Hip walk to wherever you need to be so you can lie down. And then before you lie down, maybe, you know what's for downward down. So you can put your socks on, your sweatshirts. Yeah, you know this one. So good. You just, wherever it is, if you can come down and just lift your legs and then all the way down. Let's just give glory for a few moments once you come down. Maybe your arms come over your head, even if you hold opposite elbows, just to get more breath where it needs to go. Good. Okay. Nice. All right, so let's stay as you are. Legs stretched out, arms over your head in any way. You don't have to, they can be out to the side. I'm going to just flex my feet, anchor the heels, bend your right knee, put the right foot on the floor, and it can be a way, walk it out like we did when we had our twist. So just feel that foot on the floor. I'm going to anchor that right foot, lift the right hip, roll to the left side without really, you might go right over. Let the right knee come in, and then just bring it back. As you roll onto your back, the right knee can drop out to the right. And we'll just do this twist. Just move yourself side to side through the action of your right foot. And here's a little, a little challenge place. As you do this, it's the lowering down. See if you can do that like so slow. And I'm just going to do maybe one more. So I'm not going super fast. Think of it as like, oh, I just woke up, morning stretch. Good. Okay. And then once that right knee drops out, once you get there, you can walk your foot into like a tree pose, or you could keep it out, you know. I'm just going to take 3 breaths in this. So I have the right foot is flexed a little bit just to support the knee. Good. And then as you inhale, we'll just lift that knee up. And once that knee is up, I don't just want to stretch the leg out. I'm going to lift the sole of the foot, keep the heel on the floor, and then press that right heel away from you, even if it's in the air. You know, you might slide along the floor. And then once it comes down, take your arms down by your sides. Shavasana for a few breaths. Okay. And then we'll do the second side. So I'll take the arms back up. I was holding elbows, so I'm just going to change the grasp. And then bend your left leg. Put it where you need. You can go far out, wherever it is. And when you're ready, friend, you know what to do. You're just going to push into that left leg, roll onto the right side, let the knee drop in. And then bring yourself back and let the knee drop out. So not very fast, but very conscious. Feel your breath and any movements here. Good. Okay. So I'm just going to do one more. And then I'll let that knee drop out to the left for 3 breaths. We'll just hang out. A little flexion into the foot. Maybe both feet. Good. Okay. Nice. And then we'll just bring that knee up. Find that place where you can lift the sole of the foot, keep the heel on the floor, and just extend that leg, even if it lifts up, and just press it out. And then once you have both legs down, take your arms, bring them down by your sides. Just take a few breaths here. Good. Okay. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug them in and out a few times, so you're just letting them come in nice and tight as best as you can, and out. So you might even use your hands. Imagine that they're doing this movement. Good. And we're just going to do a few egg beaters just to release the back. So just coming into the knees, into your chest, and just hug them here. You can even walk your hands down your shins and press in. And good. And then we'll release the arms out to the sides or down by your sides, whatever you need. Just start to find some egg beater action in your legs. And again, you know, you go slow, feel this whole rocking side to side of the torso, but it's also the hips are moving in a very nice way that they love. Okay, once you have that motion, then reverse an egg beat in the opposite direction. Good. Okay, I'm just going to go one time in each direction. Just brain gym. Good. And then I'll just hug the knees in nice and wide. Yeah. Okay, happy baby. If that's in your wheelhouse, go there. And you can just bring the arms to the inside of the legs, catch hold of the baby toe edge of your feet as best as you can, or go for the wrap. So the arms come underneath the thighs, and I grab the feet, and then I can use the upper arms to push down. Tuck your chin, wherever you are in your happy baby. Embody your happy Arlo, our newest baby. Good. And then release, hug the knees in. I'm going to place the feet on the floor. And right before Shavasana, my last pose is going to be a Setu Bandha. So that's the lifting of the hips. You're welcome to throw a block in if you'd rather do that at the end of your class. Or I'm just going to take my arms over my head, lift the hips up. And I'm just going to be here for 3 breaths, lengthening the tail towards the knees, pressing the feet down and away, lifting wherever you can, or be on your block and just be soft. Good. Okay, if you're lifting without a block, then we'll slow her down. If you're on your block, you get to stay there. And just take a breath in and out. Okay, I'm going to repeat it one more time. We'll walk the feet in, inhale. Exhale, press down through the belly, and then inhale, take it up. And then maybe this time I'll bring my arms down, interlace the fingers behind the back, and walk the upper arms towards each other. And the arms extend out. Oh, I turn my head, but you don't do that. It's not very good. There's a lot happening with the neck. So if you're here, great. If not, that's fine. If you're on your block, you can still bring the hands if it works. And then I'll release. And if you're on the block, you get to stay again for a breath or two. If you want to throw a block in, you can, because here we are at that place, friends. We're going to slip into our rest. So if you want to put the block under, anything else you think you need, go ahead. As I'm setting up here, I'm like, I think I'm going to do legs up the wall for Shavasana. So if you'd like to do that, then you can grab your bolster and bring it in. You could also just lie down. Okay. I do have my heating pad here. I just love it. So it's just so nice to rest like that. So I'll just set myself up, and I'll sit on the bolster, squish the tush to the wall. Come down on the side, and hopefully that sets you up right wherever you need to be. So good. Okay. Support under your head if you feel you need a little bit of that. A blanket over yourself or around your legs. An eye pillow, all that good stuff, Take all this time. There's so much setup. Even if you're just coming to lie on the floor, there's still like some conscious stuff to do to get comfortable. And if you think back to your beginning when you first started yoga, and the Shavasana was like, for me, it was excruciating. And I know I'm not alone in this room with that. There's this idea of be still, honor the rest. I feel that's one of the greatest lessons so many of us came away with from this pandemic, is that rest and quiet, there is so much value in taking time to maybe appears you're doing nothing. To just explore with loving kindness and without judgment your inner world. To tell yourself, I love you. You're awesome. You're my best friend. All those beautiful things, that we maybe speak to our children, our grandchildren, people we love. So speak that way to yourself. And here is the best place to practice. You did good work today, Joe. Shavasana. This feels like too short a place to end your Shavasana. Savor and stay. And if you feel, so you're ready, it's time to come out, and just starting with the breath. Just letting the breath elongate from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. And inviting in movements from that place in whatever way makes sense for you. And just journey your way out with loving compassion, hugging and embracing, honoring. Okay. So taking your time and spend time in each part. So even as we come up to sitting, we're just going to just be in the sit for a few moments. So you just take the time to feel the energy shift, the softness in your head, the quality of your breath. So take your time, but from here I'm going to bring the fingertips to the floor just as we started. Just take a moment or two to just connect with that beneath you. And on the exhalation, joining the palms together in front of the heart and bowing to all within you. Anchoring the sit bones and lengthening tall as we honor all above you. And joining with me in our May We Be Blessed mantra and one Om. And maybe before I start, if you would like to turn on gallery view, you don't have that, and I'll just give you a moment to do that. Even you don't have to turn your camera on. If you want to, you can. Even seeing your names is your presence. So good. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy. May we be happy. We'll seal that. Inhale. Bowing your chin. Take a full breath. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Put all your love, your blessings, your compassionate kindness and patience in there, and then lifting your chin and opening your eyes, and wash yourself with all of that. And then we'll send it out to each other and beyond. So much love. Great gratitude for every single one of you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. Great love. Have a beautiful Friday. Happy weekend and great blessings. Yes. I'll see you guys on Sunday. So much love. Have fun, guys.